In this particular palmistry video, we would be talking about indications of death in the family with real life examples, how it showed up in one of my clients' hands, and I would try to describe it and draw over this particular hand image that we have out here, showing what are the main indications that might show or indicate death in one's family. So basically, let's start out here. The first indication was that he had a major break in the heartline. Major break in the heartline. Now, whenever a person does have a major break on the heartline, it has got multiple meanings. It need not be that there is going to be a death in the family. It could be other reasons as well. It could be something like there's a break in a relationship, something like that, break in one's marriage, break in one's partnership, or problems or heartbreak in one's relationship, or heartbreak when there's a major event that has taken place, something like a death in one's family. So it might show up on the break in the heartline. So this is one way of looking at it. But it is not a short way. Sometimes this break could also mean an abrupt ending in a relationship, or an abrupt ending in a marriage, or abrupt ending in the work that you have been doing. So even the profession can be correlated with a break on your heartline. The second indication that particular person had was he had a break in one of the hands. On the line of head, there was a break out here before this intersection of the money and the headline. This is the intersection. So he had it in the portion before the intersection of the money and the headline, this particular portion. So this is going to be before the age of 35. And at the same time, apart from this particular indication, he also had a very, very different kind of a sign. It was something like, this is the line of head, this is the lifeline. He also had another line, something like leaning downwards, something like this. Now, whenever I find a line that is leaning downwards, the headline, the whole line can lean downwards. It is basically normal. If there's only one particular line, I'm just going to draw once more so that you understand and don't misunderstand. If the whole line leans downward, it is all okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It just means excess of imagination, excess of visualization, excess of romance. But imagine a situation that if the person has got a small downward tilt from the headline pointing towards the mount of moon, it could mean mental disappointment. Because it's under the mount of Saturn, if this downward line is just under the mount of Saturn, it could also mean depression also. Or it could also mean if there is a break on the line of head just below the Saturn finger. This is the Saturn finger, so there's a break out here. So it could mean major depressive tendencies. So all these indications, they may not be direct, indicating purely and purely that there is going to be a death in one's family, but it could just mean depression. But the question arises, why depression? It could be due to bad career. It could be due to bad and failed marriage. It could also be due to bad health. It could also be due to the death in the family. So there are various reasons. We can't say with certainty. So it is also understandable if one of the like the elder members dies, but when a younger person dies, that's when it takes a toll. That has got a bigger bearing on the particular person. So he had a major downward line, something like this, pointing towards the mount of moon. So this is the second indication. He also had one more indication. Although we can't say it wasn't with exact accuracy. It is when your money line is broken. If the money line is broken, something like this, and then it was consistent. From here onward, it was consistent. So this intersection of the head and the money line is age 35. So this portion of the line of money, the line of fate, is before the age of 35. So there was one or two breaks on the line of fate. Now the question arises, why we can say with a break on the money line that there could be indications of death in one's family. See, when a person is unwell, there's major drain in the monetary resources that the family basically has. So a break on the money line could have multiple meanings. One of the meaning is job loss, work loss, business loss. The second could be the main earning member of the family, their health or wealth goes down. So more responsibility is likely to fall onto this particular person's head. The third reason could be that one's personal life can get disturbed. There's a divorce or something like this can also happen. So a break in the fate line could have multiple meanings, not necessarily only and only job loss, work loss, business loss, because we all correlate the money line, the fate line, the Saturn line to be the line of money, possessions, wealth. These are the main things that we relate to. But we can also relate to money line in other aspects that I have just described. Now, the good part about his particular hand was that in spite of these breaks and every possible thing, in spite of the break in the heart line, in spite of the break in the headline and a downward tilt and a break in the money line, still what was good about his particular hand was that it was firm, very firm. It was firm, it was large, and it was strong structured hand. So a strong structured hand, a firm hand, brings in firmness in mind and firmness in actions. So in spite of having all the troubles that he might have faced, but he still is very optimistic. And he also had a very clear-cut mount of Venus and the mount of Mars negative. Mount of Mars negative is the area of anger, aggression and fire. So less lines, he had very less lines over it, very almost no horizontal lines over it. So if there are no horizontal lines, the person does not get angry over wrong issues. So people who get angry over wrong issues do have these kind of crisscrossing lines. And if they are crisscrossing lines, the person's fire is going to extinguish very soon. So it's better to have less lines over the mount of Mars negative, and the Mars negative should not be depressed, should not be over padded. The second part is the Venus mount. He had a very prominent padded mount of Venus. So mount of Venus, whenever padded, it brings in desires. And a person who has got desires is a one who is likely to be more successful and is also likely to be more optimistic because the love energies are there. The stamina and the vitality and the desires are there. He had very few lines over the mount of Mercury, almost none. So even that is considered to be good. It basically signifies that the person is able to have a better understanding over communication and calculation. He was good at communication and calculations, and that basically helped him to to be able to come out of any problems, because when the main earning member family dies, then more responsibility falls onto the person's head. So if a person is knowledgeable, the person is able to come out of any problem in spite of any major issues that might have taken place. So a strong structured hand brings in stability. Strong structured means strong bone structure, and strong bone structure in the fingers and the palm, and good padding. So whenever we find a strong structured hand, it automatically means that person has the capacity to face trouble and come out of those troubles untouched. So I hope you understood what I was trying to convey out here, and don't think that these are show shot signs. I guarantee you these are not show shot signs what I have indicated. These are just indicative. It could be, I have showed you many options just by looking at the break in the heart line. It could mean multiple things. It could also mean heart related issues. The physical heart related issues could also be there. So that's it. One more thing I need to add out here is that there are a few slideshow. Just watch through it. These are very, very important things. People basically misunderstand palmistry. That's the reason why I have incorporated these. People think that money line tells you everything regarding money, but each and every line can talk about the money. Every aspect of your palm can talk about the money. The importance of money is only 15%, nothing more than that. A saint once said, you don't need to go to an astrologer or a palmist to know about the future because you already know your future. Present is a result of past. How will be my future? Future depends upon what you are doing in the present. What are we? We are product of our thoughts. So the thoughts that come to our mind are really important. Keep positive thoughts and keep good company. Lastly, I give realistic kind of readings, believable readings, and with sound reasoning. These days, many fake palmists are coming up. They are talking about fake signs, M sign, Vishnu sign, and many other signs that they are talking about. And these fake signs are coming at such a fast pace that we can't catch up. Swastik is a very holy sign in Hindus, but it doesn't mean that you need to have that particular sign on your palm in order to be successful. Even a simple line, simple straight lines can be excellent lines. Don't think you need to have very rare kind of lines to be successful. And we need to look at qualities. You have these qualities: desire, money management, energy, stamina, vitality. That's what basically brings you success, nothing more than that. Bye and take care.